Go for it.
Welcome to the 20th annual episode of the Turf and Tools podcast. We made the 20th. Oh, we've got another pizza. We might have that one later. It's just popped in. We're getting served. Yeah, thanks.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Turf and Tools podcast.
Sorry about that. We're being served 20th anniversary podcast pizza from the Ooni. We did just have some prior to going live. But yeah, we made it to 20. Like I said, only 3% of podcasts make it to 20 episodes. So
I thought you said it was 23% last time.
no, it wasn't 23.
Okay.
No.
Was it 3%?
I mean,
was
I made up the stat. But it's a super low amount that do get to
20 episodes?
most don't get to 7. That's a true stat.
You're just making up numbers.
Google it. Someone Google it in the chat. Someone Google in the chat how
Most
many.
don't make it to 7 podcasts.
Someone Google, try and find out for me. We've got 68 people watching. How many episodes do most podcasts make it to? And I think it'll say something about most don't make it to 7. So,
Okay.
I think we've done very well.
20 is pretty solid effort then. That's all right.
Yeah, considering we just come and talk about.
Well, I think that's probably why we made it to 20, because we just come and talk about, right?
There's not a lot of commitment there. We have a new set. You can't see, obviously, if you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, but this is our new permanent podcast studio. I'm really overselling it as a podcast studio.
You've done a really, really good job on it, I must admit.
It's the only corner of my shed that I have organised at the moment. So it looks somewhat organised here and put together, but if you could see behind the cameras, it's a bit of a mess at the moment. So, but I am really happy with how it turned out. I've even got a little shelf behind us.
I was going to say, the attention to detail on it.
Well, I had to. I was twiddling my thumbs. This podcast was meant to be live this morning at about like 9:30 or something, but both of us worked last night, shift work.
Yeah, and I passed out. I got home. I closed my eyes for what I thought was going to be a couple of minutes.
So I was just sitting at the desk here for hours upon hours, twiddling my thumbs going, what is he doing? I had no idea. Sent him a message, no reply. I'm like, is he okay?
Yeah, I actually just closed my eyes for what I thought was a couple of minutes and woke up about 6 hours later.
It was good though because, I was able to do the shelf, do the lights, colour match the lights. I think it turned out pretty well anyway. It
turned out really good.
Apparently ChatGPT said 20% make it to 20.
So I told you
Someone
were
said 7%. Nicholas Googled it's 7% that make it to 20 or average make it to 10 episodes. If I don't catch the live, I listen back on Spotify while I drive to work. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. What have you been up to apart from not turning up for the podcast?
Lawn related? It's
life.
It's just been mowing my rye in the backyard, so to speak. Life, it's been pretty much work, home, sleep kind of pattern right now. Going through a few changes at work, not to my role necessarily, but the workplace itself.
Yeah.
So my travel time to and from's kind of gone through the roof. I've hardly been on socials. I haven't been posting myself, but...
You haven't? I haven't seen you pass...
No, but I haven't even been scrolling, where you get on and you check out everyone's content. Yeah. I haven't even been doing that much. Haven't replied to messages, nothing. I've just been gone AWOL, so to speak, for a bit there.
You've been working like a normal person.
Well, but that's the funny part, because the work hasn't changed. It's just that travel, it's funny how an extra 2 hours to your travel back and forth just completely...
destroys your life.
Well, and it wrecks you when you come back home.
Yeah.
When you get back, you've got no energy left for much. And you just eat and go to sleep. And by the time you wake up, it's time to start heading again. I'm
very blessed in that I do 24-hour shifts, so we don't have to do as many
days
to and from.
Yep.
So that's a really good upside of that. Obviously you're there for 24 hours, but you're missing, and we get there and leave in the morning, so you miss that. I feel that evening peak is worse for me anyway. I don't know.
I don't really hit peak necessarily, so I don't get I don't have issues with that, but I'm choosing not to drive. I don't really want to be spending the money on the fuel and paying the tolls and stuff like that, and battle the Sydney traffic. And because I'm sort of closer towards the city now, I got to then worry about where do I park my car when I get there. So I've just been doing public.
That'd give me anxiety.
Yeah, but I've been doing public transport, and there's a couple of days there where I was sitting on city train. I was just sitting there and literally I looked up, I looked at where I was and I started questioning my life decisions for a moment. Because I went, it's been like 15 years since I've had to catch public transport to work. Not because I didn't need to, because I just worked close to home.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm not working close to home and I'm on a train and you know, I've heard these jokes about like there's always that one crazy person on public transport and you wonder if that's you. But it wasn't me though. There's always some guy that's got his phone on really loud, listening to something. Or there's always characters on public transport somehow.
Well, people don't use their headphones. Just
I don't know why you wouldn't use...
like on the loudspeaker?
On absolute, like loud. And
Are
it
you
was...
giving him filthies or what?
No, but I couldn't see where he was from. That's how loud the audio was. Because I could hear his phone and it was in a foreign language. But anyway. So I've been questioning my life decisions given that stuff. But
so you don't like foreigners? Is that the issue? Or
I did not say I didn't like
Sorry,
foreigners.
I just felt like that's where we're going down. I just started feeling uncomfortable.
I said it was a foreign language because I couldn't understand
question of the night. How do the robot mowers go with dog poo? I don't really have an issue with it because I've got two small dogs and their business is quite small. So, and I'm not mowing super low with them. So I haven't had it be an issue as yet. I imagine if you had a big dog, I think...
I'm trying to think. The blades don't spin as fast as our traditional rotary mowers and they're these tiny like shaver blades literally. So...
Do you know what the RPM is on them? In general?
Oh, right. No, I don't.
Or did you just make up that they don't spin as quickly as...
Well, I think they just... in my head, I'm just picturing these little tiny blades. That... Yeah, I'm just trying to think if it's a big dog.
I think if it's a big dog, it's going to get all through the tyres. It's probably going to get flicked through... Yeah.
Make a mess of the mower itself?
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, I don't know because I've only got the small ones.
So do you generally... kind of pick up after the little one straight away?
No, not straight away. Just
before you get them all going?
Particularly now, not as... No. Particularly now because when they're here, which is where the robot mowers are, there's so much space for them to go. It's like sometimes you don't even see it. So, big dogs might be an issue. We're buffering on the stream. Do you want to answer a question? I'll just check the stream.
Is there a question there?
Oh, just in general.
This route. I have an equipment-related question for you, lads. What oil do you use to fill your two-stroke equipment?
Hopefully we're back. Hopefully this doesn't happen. I'm running off Starlink.
How's that been working out? Sorry, we're going to go off topic again, aren't we? But anyway, it's all right.
A little off topic, but it goes all right most of the time. I feel like it like dropouts like that, like the stream just dropped off for no reason and just went straight
But I mean,
back up.
I know you've got poor sort of mobile reception because every time I come over, my phone drops out and then I've got to hook up to your Wi-Fi.
But that shouldn't affect the
the
Starlink.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I've got to mount it to the roof, the
actual
thing.
receiver.
I think that'll improve it. But yeah, we've noticed a few dropouts and that sort of thing. So apologies for that. Have an equipment related question for you. What oil do you use for your two-stroke equipment and at what ratio? I've got some there.
I can see a bottle of still, is it?
Yeah.
Two-stroke.
I kind of get the premium. Is it the HP? Whatever.
Do you want to grab the bottle for you?
Well, that's not the one that was given to me.
Okay.
But it's normally the premium still one that I go for, just because I've told that it's... The guy at the mower store said, no, get this. This is the good stuff. You want no dramas. So I don't know what it's actually called. I think it's like HP Plus or so. Ultra. I think that's it. Beer Taster Brute, always coming through with the goods. I'm pretty sure it is the Ultra. And it's 50 to 1, I think. Sounds about right.
Oh, no, Nicholas.
What's Nicholas saying? I whippersnipped a dog poop into my face at 8 a.m. last week. I love cutting grass.
The day could have gone. I mean, they probably improved after that, though, if it was 8 a.m.
AJU Chewy says the rain would not help the Starlink. It's only spitting here at the moment, but
is it the cloud cover or is it the actual rain?
I don't know.
I'd
really
assume it's the cloud cover he's talking about.
Tell us, AJU Chewy, is it the cloud cover? Is it the rain? Patrick says, evening, fellas. Do either of you have any everyday carry tools? We did this last week, didn't we? Someone
Not
asked this
last
question.
week, but I think we did this once. I remember because I just said I carry like a really tiny. It's technically I used to use it. It's a box cutter to open cardboard boxes. So I'd carry that in my previous job.
Unless you're on a plane.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I'd carry that in my previous job because I'd use it to open up like cases and cases of beer and wine when you're putting them away. But then in my new job, I needed still to be able to open certain doors that lock from the inside.
Yeah.
But if you're on the outside of that door, I'll be doing a safety check or whatever just in case. So I still continue to carry it.
Yeah,
it also doubles up as a bottle opener, which is just a bonus on my days off, obviously. But now I don't do Swiss knives and I don't know. Do you still walk around with your new torch?
Yes. So that was what I've got. I've got Leatherman normally on me just because it's handy. And then the torch,
what was the brand again, the torch?
What are they? I should know. I was just looking at it before. Olight. I don't know which one it is, but it's just ridiculously
good,
bright and ridiculously small. And then I've got a cool little pinch bar that I carry in my work bag that is good for like getting into doors and stuff if we need to. Like we have tools for it, but I just find this little thing. It's like lightweight and it's.
Can I say sorry? I just realized the one thing that I probably do carry that is of the most value for me is a battery pack for my phone.
Yeah.
Just I know it's not the most butch thing to carry necessarily. I wish I carried a Swiss knife or something.
How big is it?
Really cool. Well, it's only a small one.
No,
but
like how many milliamp hours?
10?
Oh, 10,000.
Yeah. So but I'm on my
so it'll charge your phone a couple of times.
Yeah, but I'm on my phone like an unhealthy amount of time.
You just told us you haven't been looking at
social media necessarily. Yes.
Well, what else
but
are
I'm
you
just
doing
saying,
on your phone?
I'm on my devices and I've got a work phone that I carry that I have to carry because it's from work, plus my own one. So the battery pack's probably the one tool that I carry these days.
They are handy. My daughter got me you can attach it to your belt, and it's a fan and a battery pack.
Okay.
But it's like it sucks air from the side and then can blow up your t-shirt as well.
Radio, okay.
Which in theory sounds kind of cool, but in reality it's kind of not amazing. But
the battery pack functions as a battery pack though?
Yeah, but as a fan, just on like your belt blowing up at your face, it's actually kind of good on a hot day. So, yeah. AJ Uchui said, we found heavy rain would lose upload speed. Yeah, upload speed's terrible for me. Cloud cover can affect your signal. There you go. Have either of you guys tried the Ferex 2-stroke whippersnipper from Audi? It's a 6-in-1 and it may sound bad, but it's a great machine for a cheap price. I haven't. I've almost bought it a couple of times, but because I've got that many things here at the moment to get through.
I used to own the Aldi, is it Garden Line brand that they do?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, with the you know the one I'm talking about. But yes, I used to own their multi with the
I think that's what he's talking about. Oh no, he's talking about Ferex. Sorry. So who was Garden Line them as well? Was it?
Okay, it's not the same brand. It's two different.
No,
brands.
I know they're different brands, but were they both at Audi? Garden Line / Ferex.
Ah, really?
Maybe they're related.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's a parent company.
Couldn't tell you that. No, I haven't tried it.
Well, I had the 2-stroke version. I found it heavy at the time, but then at the time, it was I'd never used any other tools either.
Tell them about it.
You're right? You're leaving?
Yeah.
No, it was fine. It worked fine for me anyway. But again, guys, like in terms of tool reviews and stuff, he's the one that you should be actually asking the questions to. I appreciate that you'll involve me in the question. He's just disappeared on me. But I'm a complete sort of home tool user. So it's hard for me to compare it to other tools. And I just go off. Like for me, most things, I'm a skinny guy too. So most things are too heavy for me.
Karthik hates it when I do that. You hate it,
absolutely.
When I just hop up and walk away.
Yeah, disappear from me. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You can do the podcast.
But what did you go to get the Olight?
I saw someone ask in the comments, can we see the Olight torch you carry? Is it pocket size? I wouldn't say it's pocket size, but it's got a
pretty good
belt clip on it there, which goes on well. I don't even notice when I'm sitting down when it's on my belt. The case or the holder, the belt holder, doubles as the charger. So it's USB-C on the side there. and that's it there.
So hang on, when you say it doubles as a charger.
Well, that is the charger. So you just
It's
USB-C into there, and it's also got the belt clip and the holder. And it's weird. Well, not weird, but it's just turning it on's weird. You've got to rotate this dial, then press the button, and then you can rotate the dial to turn it up and down.
Yeah.
So I do like it. I like it a lot. It's good. It feels good in the hand.
I've seen them quite a bit on socials.
Yeah, I think they do a fair bit on there, but I couldn't tell you what name it is. I apologise.
What specific
Does it say on there?
brand
Maybe
name?
on the side there.
Maybe.
On the rubber. Plastic, I think.
All right.
Seeker 4 Pro. It's the Olight Seeker 4 Pro. And I do like it.
They send it out to you or you buy it?
They did send it out.
Yep.
They did send it out. It's for an upcoming video, actually.
So what's been going on?
Lots. Too much. Waiting around for you, doing the set.
Last week you said you hadn't done a Fremo Friday. Did you get around to doing one?
No, I didn't do a Fremo Friday. I did a block clear with the... You can see it there.
Yep. What's it called?
Go-kart looking AS Motor 940 Sherpa 4-wheel drive XL. I think the XL's like wider wheelbase at the rear. Mm-hmm. I think so. It looks like a Mario Kart looking thing, doesn't it?
It looks cool. Just not used to seeing a mower in your place that involves you sitting down. It's just very different to what you use normally.
It was a nice change. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did it feel a bit strange?
I felt uncomfortable, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer to stand up. I feel like it's better for my back. I don't know.
Right, okay.
I just don't have less back issues, I find, when I'm standing.
Yeah. How did it go? Handled it fine? I assume it's built for it.
Well, it's more made for slopes and uneven terrain, that sort of thing.
So it's four-wheel drive, you said?
Four-wheel drive, yeah.
Hang on. And you said it's AS940 Sherpa. What's the actual brand?
AS Motor. So it's the same brand as the flail that I have.
Got it.
I actually asked if they had, because I had that block clear to do, and I was like, a lot of people have been asking about, why don't you get a sit down? Mm-hmm. And I don't for various reasons, but I was like, I had this block clear to do, and it would have been easier with a sit down machine. So I reached out to Reg at AS Motor. I said, hey, have you got any ride-on flails in Sydney at the moment?
Yeah.
I can demo. And he didn't, but he thought we'll send that out.
But they do make a...
Yeah, so I've actually seen it.
Okay.
It's in one of my vlogs, actually. Mm-hmm. He came out, he was in the area, and he had a few different tools, including a robot flail.
Okay.
Yeah. Not robot, sorry. A remote control.
Yeah.
What was the question?
No, what was your week like, mate?
Yeah, so it's more of a slasher machine. It's got two blades on it. I think we went through it last week. It's got a cutting blade, which is the...
Traditional bar blade.
It's got two, not traditional bar blade. It's got two swing backs. And then it has a bar blade type thing, which is apparently like then a mulching one, because it's rear discharge-ish. Like it doesn't throw it out, but it leaves like a trail in the middle. So like there's no side.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was not wildly overgrown or anything. I was hoping it was going to be... It's probably the least overgrown that block has been. I've done it half a dozen times.
Right, okay.
With different machines. What have I done it with now? I've done it with the Skag, I've done it with the Right, I've done it with the Flail, done it with that now, and something else. But it was mainly clover, and it had been raining all week.
God.
So high moisture content weed mixed with wet weather.
Yep.
Very wet day, but got through it. Yeah, wasn't a pretty result. I'm more of a fan of the flail just because I feel like it just mulches everything up more evenly, distributes it nice and... Yeah.
So from a actual commercial operator's point of view, it sounds like that'd be the go-to, right? The flail would be
depending on what you're doing.
Not for maintenance most. We're obviously talking about like block clears and overgrown stuff.
Yeah, but if you're doing slopes and that sort of thing...
that'll handle it better.
Yeah, so I've had... that slope I took you down where we walked down that track? And
Yes.
Which is somewhat steep.
Yeah, enough, yeah.
That got up that easy. And I will get some footage of it going up and down there. And I've been all the way through that trail.
Yep.
Down to the fire pit and back on that thing. And, not an issue at all.
Cool.
So, it's fun.
Looks good.
I plan to do some sort of Fremo Friday with it. I need to find somewhere that's suitable for because... a few people noted in the video that I was doing quite a few. It's not a zero turn, obviously.
Yeah,
so
okay.
The controls are weird too. Like it's not your throttle. Basically, it's your right hand, and it's engaged in like park. You push it out to the right, a stick, and then to go forward, you push that stick forward.
Yeah.
And how far you push it forward is how fast you go.
Okay.
And then to go back, it's just the opposite. You pull it back. So you're holding on to the knob on the steering wheel, which is what you would only do. You don't drive it like a
car. Yeah. Yep.
Because you're moving the wheel
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
But so you took a couple of seconds to get used to, but yeah.
So you got to be on the stick and the throttle pretty much the whole
I
time
just
you're
held it
mowing?
the whole time, yeah. So you're one-handed because it's got that knob on the steering wheel. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Mark Walter says the torch would be good for night mowing. I think I'll pass on that one, but I appreciate your suggestion. Joanne wants to know, how's Greg the chicken? Greg is good. The chickens we've been getting 4 eggs a day, like the last week.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe because they're just not running off their calories and it's just all coming out in egg because of the bird flu thing. They've got to stay in the...
Right. Okay. Oh, so you're still
coop
keeping
at the
them in...
moment.
Yeah, got it. Yep.
Yeah. So, 4 eggs a day from 4 chickens. So, very, very pleased. It's super good for semi-minor commercial use, which is what I use it for. What was that? Oh, he's talking about the...
Ferrex.
Ferrex.
I think so,
okay.
yeah.
If you've tried Ryobi, you've tried Ferrex, made by TTI. Really? Ferrex made by TTI.
At least a 20 volt, but but the Ferrex guys make traditional fuel ones as well, don't they? They don't just make. But I didn't know they were TTI.
I don't necessarily subscribe. Like, you could say the same thing about Milwaukee and Ryobi, but I feel there's a very big difference.
And is it made by the same people, or is there one parent company that owns shares, like 60% of the company or whatever? So does that make it? Yeah. Anyway, it's interesting though if the same parent
says, have you lads used any bush ranger gear? Heard good things. I think you tried the multi-tool at one stage, didn't you?
Yeah, I've still got it. The 2-stroke multi. Never had any problems with it either. Does its job like any 2-stroke. I still like it. If ever I need something that needs where I can't use my battery stuff, then I'll just grab that one. I used to use it a lot when I needed the hedger attachment that it came with.
Man, I just find that too damn heavy.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Now I don't anymore as much because I've got a battery hedger and like talking about the TTI and Ryobi.
Yeah.
Because they sent out, that's probably the only video I've put out in like a month and a half or something was a video of the Ryobi topiary stuff, so the hedger.
So you only put out videos if you're being paid?
Pretty much, mate, yeah. And the podcast, of course, for pizza and beer, yeah.
John Chapman says, did the cameraman not work out? We did speak about this a few weeks ago as well, didn't we? No, it was just he lives a long... Well, yes. No, it didn't work out because he lives a long way away and it was a long way to come for what he was doing. He was probably overqualified for what I wanted and I kind of needed a physical helping hand as well as being able to move the tripod and he was more a camera person, so it just wasn't suited out.
And it's not
no hard feelings or anything.
With what you do as well, it's not like you can give him heads up like days in advance.
Exactly.
It's a lot of like sort of get up and go, right?
Wee Wee's back. Wee Wee, I'm here for the laughs. Anything broken yet?
He hasn't dropped anything yet.
No, yet to drop anything.
But it's only early.
It is early. I generally drop something in the podcast. What engine does a Sherpa have? Look like it went through the long stuff easy. It's some sort of Briggs. I have actually the details up here. I don't know. They've had a cosmetic change on them. I don't know if they've had any engine changes or anything, but currently on the website it says that it's a V-twin 2-cylinder overhead cam 4-stroke 724 cubic centimetres. Yes, it doesn't actually say. It is a Briggs. I did see. I'm sure I saw Briggs somewhere underneath the air holes or whatever there. So hopefully that answers your question. Someone's going to sleep. Nicholas, going to sleep now. Got to be up at 5 a.m. Listen to the rest on the way to work. Thank you very much, Nicholas. Are you back to work tomorrow? I am.
I am. Morning as well.
God,
I'll be leaving home earlier than Nicholas will be, by the way.
Really?
Just on that note.
Yeah. I hate work nights.
You got to get through it.
Yeah.
On the bright side, I've got through 2 of the 4 now, so I got 2 more left, and then I get my days off. So, yeah.
Ubiquitous gaze. Is it normal for the leaves to stick to artificial lawn? I always end up sweeping because my blower vac doesn't do anything. Is it normal for I imagine if they're wet, they would stick to them.
I don't know, plastic and green.
Yeah, we're not really...
I'd have very minimal input on artificial turf.
I have no artificial turf experience, nor do I really...
Yeah, other than like sports stadiums, I haven't seen it work like how people probably want it to work.
If you're in Sydney at the moment with all this rain, I imagine they would definitely be sticking to it. With the wet weather, is it a good time to aerating? Is it a good time to aerating the lawn? I think it just means aerating. Yes, yeah.
If you can actually get a machine onto it, there's never a bad time to aerate really, but you put a heavy aerating machine on there, unless you're planning to do it by hand again. Look, if it's soggy and wet like it is in Sydney right now, just leave it alone. Don't bother right now. I'd instead just give it some liquid, what was I going to say, soil wetter.
Yeah.
Just retain that water because you're getting lots of water anyway, retain it in your soil anyway.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it by hand and it's a small one, there's never a bad time to not aerate. Like, just do it. Yeah, that's okay too.
I feel like it'd just be messy at the moment.
Well, if you that's why I said if you're doing it by hand. Remember that one time we did my council strip?
Handies or nothing, Karthik says.
I did not say that either.
Sam Townie, just saw your pizza video. He's talking about my Ooni video. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I decided, because we had the veggie patch here, the veggie garden, which I do need to show you. I showed you the update. There's some stuff growing there. Nicole's got some stuff growing there. We've still got to clear out quite a few of the beds, but I figured we'd grow some stuff and maybe be able to cook some of the stuff. So I thought pizza was the best way to showcase that.
Yeah,
which we haven't yet. So I got a Ooni... let me see what it is. I think it's a Caro 16, which is a...
so you're growing all traditional...
Caru 16.
Traditional Italian...
Italian, yes.
Italian.
Yes, it's all very genuine.
Yep. Name 6 Italian ingredients, mate.
Bellissimo. Ooni Caru 16 multi-fuel oven pizza. So we're running it on gas. Actually, did you know... that gas bottle, the connections have changed over the last couple of years? Like the new...
To LPG gas bottles?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I mean, we've got...
Have you... Well, so you haven't changed yours?
I feel like that's the same one that I've got at home already on our barbecue.
Home with you? Because it's no good to me now. I had to change for another one.
Yeah, but you can just return it though, can't you?
No, I don't think that's a return one.
I'll talk about it later. That's random. Okay, so what are you saying? The new ones come out?
So there's a new... Yeah, in the last couple of years, there's been a new connection.
Actually, we just refill the existing because we've got about 4 of those things.
You got 5 now.
Well, I'm just saying. So I think that's why I probably wouldn't have known if they've changed the
connections well, I found out the hard way because we haven't had a barbecue for the last couple of years, but had the gas bottle.
Yeah.
And then, I went to plug this thing in because it can run on LPG or you can burn wood or coal. And I'm like, what's... won't go. So luckily the BP near here
had the new
was
one.
very close.
Yep.
And I was able to just go and get one. But yeah, that was a discovery. So running it on LPG, made our own dough from scratch using their recipe.
Okay. I was going to say, did you just Google it? Or?
Ooni's classic dough recipe, I think it was. And I'm not even, like, this isn't a bit, it was... The pizza was so good, man. That's like garbage. So we got served up some tonight. We froze the dough, I think. No, I'm just saying compared to the other night, this is garbage. It was just the way I like it. It was like there's a pizza place around here that we go to at North Kellyville, and we really like it. And it was kind of like that. It was light. It wasn't too thin. It wasn't too thick. It was just, And with all the semolina and everything, it had that
I know the
crispy
mouthfeel.
sort of taste on the base, and I was a big fan of it. So we're going to be doing some more Ooni cooking content.
So it's been pizza for dinner every night, pretty
No,
much?
well, that's
not
the cool
quite.
thing about it. We had salmon in it the other night.
Okay, yeah.
Because we've got a baking dish for it as well.
So you can kind of use it as an oven, pretty much.
And we've got a griddle sort of thing.
Yep.
I don't know what you call it. It's like a cast iron skillet maybe, or you just put it in. So you can cook just about anything.
Okay.
I saw someone did bagels, which I do like a bagel.
Nice.
So I'll be getting Nicole to do that. But that's probably going to be... Nicole's going to do the research on that. That's going to be her passion project, and I'm just going to take the glory.
Okay. Like with the veggie garden, yeah. Because that's her project as well,
exactly.
isn't it?
Yeah. Have you used it with wood yet? No, I haven't. There's been no need to.
Would the wood give it that bit more in terms of
maybe that smoky
flavor?
taste?
Yeah.
But I was genuinely happy with how the gas...
Easy to set up out of the box and stuff like that, was it? Sorry, I'm just curious myself.
You haven't watched
that's
the video, mate?
I did watch it, but you make it look like...
I make everything look hard.
No, the time lapse is, in the end, the video is under 1 second or whatever, right? On the short format.
Oh, you didn't watch the long?
When have I ever watched your long format content, Tim?
Come on, mate. You know I'm not
Unless I'm in it, why would I watch your long...
crap?
Why would I watch your long format?
It went together really easy.
Okay.
Yeah, any idiot could figure it out. I could. How's the irrigation plans coming? Decided on all the gear, pumps, control. I got a quote.
Actually, that's a good question. I haven't asked you that since like ages now when we talked about it.
Yeah, I got a quote on it, and I just said, "Hey, lots going on at the moment. I'm probably going to go ahead, but I'll get back to you."
Okay.
And he just said, "Oh, just give me some notice." And of course, like it's been raining since we've been here as well. So my initial thought when we purchased it, I'm like, oh,
I wanted
water.
Yeah.
But it's been raining, so
Excess.
and I've had not a lot to water anyway, and everything's been wet. So, but it's just a matter of time before it's another drought or whatever. So,
but have you decided on what kind of setup you want in terms of? Because I think the last time we left that conversation,
it's basically just a fire pump, man.
Yeah, but is it going to be down the bottom or is it going to be up the
down
top?
the bottom?
Okay, and you're going to be able to start it from the top. From here?
No.
You're going to have to go...
Not with what I'm getting. You can... There's options that you can get, but for how I'll have to do it...
You'll just pump it up into the tanks.
You pump it from down there and then it pumps it up.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, because you don't have the pump up the top. It just wouldn't be able to suck it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. There'll be... Probably do a video on that at some stage if we do it. Just wondering how many live viewers are from overseas. Good question. Anyone from overseas watching? Generally,
there was someone right at the beginning that was from the UK, I'm fairly
generally
sure.
the Turf and Tools is skewed in Australasia. New regulations, apparently. You can get a converter from Bunnings to use the old bottle. Well, that was no good to me at the time. Anyway, BP was a lot closer. I heard there used to be LPG cars.
Yeah,
I heard there used to be LPG. How old are you, Sam? Is that like... How would you... You must be pretty young if that's like a sounds like a myth to you that there are LPG cars.
They still exist too, by the way.
Yeah.
Not so much in Sydney and Australia, but they still exist. People get their vehicles converted to LPG.
Andrew also asked me, have I tried using wood on the pizza oven? The pizzas are so much better. No, I haven't, but I'll have to give it a try. Everyone's saying that the wood is so much nicer, but I'm telling you, with the gas, it was good. It was really good. Best pizza we get is Dough Time at Quakers Hill.
Okay.
Maybe we should go there sometime. Can you eat in there, or is it just one of those takeaway ones? ECP 4500. Mark Walters, what ever happened to the track drive zero-turn mower? Would it fit in your arsenal? No, it wouldn't fit in my arsenal of mowers.
Well, we only tried... Is that the one that we tried one day?
Yes.
Yeah, so that never even made it home, did it?
No.
They met us on site and we just used it there.
We just went out there to try it. I'm trying to think of the name of it.
I got someone from Seattle.
Hello, Seattle. I can't think of the name. What's the name of it?
Remo. No, Remo was the remote. Remo was the remote control.
Remote control one. And the Altos?
Yeah, Altos.
Altos,
yes.
Tracked zero-turn mower.
It was a cool unit.
Yeah.
Very cool unit.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be suitable for me personally, but yeah. ECP says they do sit down and take away. So maybe we should go out to Quakers for a feed, Karthik.
Why not?
What do you think? Daniel's here. Hello, Daniel.
So tell me, what's been going on? Property.
I was going to ask you something.
Go on.
Last week, you left here with a piece of equipment.
Mate, it hasn't come out of the box yet.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
Yeah, it hasn't
Welcome
come
to
out.
my world.
I know, it hasn't come out of the box yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's talking about, was it the Genie? I think it was the Genie
So I got sent a
remote, what do you call automated vacuum cleaner?
robot vacuum. And it was Genie. What is it?
I think it was Genie. I'm going to have a slice of this pizza. It's staring at me.
You can't do that because you're going to...
I'll be fine.
My Genie it was.
Yeah.
It got sent out to me and I thought, oh, yeah, we'll try that because it's a entry-level sort of pricing mower
Yeah.
robot compared to the EcoVax, which you can see over there.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
tell you some more about that in a minute. That's like a $2,500 machine, top of the range. And this thing, I think it's like 300 or 400 or maybe even less.
Okay.
But they were making sort of big promises about it. But I couldn't get it to work on my internet because it needed it had to be, I think, only 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi,
Okay.
which I didn't have. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to invest in
Yeah, for the sake of the moment, you got to change your internet
the
connectivity.
robot. Yeah. So it's been sitting around here for ages. And I'm like, hey, Karthik, give it a go. I do have a new... I need to know what's the technical term for the Wi-Fi box? Is it your modem still? 'Cause
Router?
Remember, is it your router? I don't know. I'm sure
Receiver, something. Yeah,
Well, it's not receiver,
Yeah.
because remember back in the day you had your modem
Yep.
and you dialed in
Yep,
the
I
internet.
remember that.
So I don't know. I just feel like I still call it my modem, but then it's like it's your Wi-Fi.
Someone here will
box.
tell us.
Someone will definitely correct me on that. So once you're finished with it,
Modem.
I'll give it a
There you
crack
go.
here. Someone
Andrew
said
says-
modem. Yeah,
yep.
but I mean, it's very easy to say that. But
Have
are
you actually
sure,
Googled it, Andrew?
Yeah. Someone said, Miss Peter said, Tim, you can change the Wi-Fi signal from 5 to 2.4. I did try and play with it, and it was at a point where I'm like, okay, look, I'm not silly, but I don't think I could get mine to do it. And then at that point, I was like, okay, if it's this hard...
Well, I'm glad you're telling me all this now, because if
Yeah.
I'd taken it, I would have thought I was the fool if I hadn't run it
Well,
home.
I spent like half an hour trying to get it, like...
Well, I'll try longer than that, but okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I had a bad start with it because there was a sticker with a... Don't do this, actually. I'll have to tell you which one it is. On the box, there's a code. What's the QR code?
Yeah.
For the app download. And I downloaded that and I'm like, this isn't working. They're like, oh, that's not the app. I'm like, well, why is that on the box?
Oh, so, okay.
So I'll have to go through that with you as well. But anyway, maybe we'll get that working at some stage. Karthik's going to be trying a robot vacuum. I've packed up the EcoVax D-Bot X2 Omni.
Yep.
I'm sending it back.
Because it did such a good job, you don't have to clean ever again?
Not because I don't like it.
Yep.
I actually really like it, but it was always on loan. And I've used it for long enough. Unfortunately, I've got to send it back.
Right.
For me, it worked. And I will say this with this caveat that I feel with these robots in general, I feel like they're very... The experience you have with them really depends on the setup in your home or yard or whatever.
Yep.
And in my yard, in my setup, in my scenario in my house, we had very little issues with it.
Okay.
And it's very easy to go onto like forums, because I did have a look through the forums and that to see how people were going with them, and people had issues, but that's any product. You go and you find people looking for solutions to problems. But the only issue I had a couple of times, on the sliding doors where on the tracks, it would get caught a couple of times, one of the wheel just in the track, like it would go up and then sort of mount on it and it would get stuck there. And then, I don't know if you remember my coffee tables at my old place.
Yes.
The frames on the ground, it would get caught on those as
well.
Yeah. But all I did was set up like a no-go zone.
Okay, I was about to ask you that.
For that, and then I didn't have that issue. And same with the track for the sliding door. But I've got to say, like, it's a game changer for me having a robot vacuum. Like, I thought gimmick. And I tried. The reason I tried one first was I tried the Dyson, remember? I went and bought that.
You went,
And I ended up sending that back. I've heard people have had better experience with it.
But again, we just mentioned that, right? How individual experience is so different from...
I know, but we got such a basic floor setup, so I was surprised at the issues that I was having. Like simple things where it was just like the Dyson, it was just like spinning round and round and round in circles doing burnouts, like where it was marking my floor. That was the point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to send it back.
Yeah.
That was early adopter. Like I got it a week after they'd been released.
Yep.
Maybe the software's changed now, so it'd actually be interesting to give it another go now. But I can honestly say I would buy one of those. They're like $2,500, which is a big outlay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big outlay, but it vacuums, mops as well, which I'm not massive on. I just want something that's going to pick up the...
Yeah.
I don't mind.
You don't need it to mop necessarily. Yeah.
No, every now and then I would. I think if you're thinking it's going to be a full replacement for, wet cleaning your floors, you might be a little bit disappointed.
Okay, that's good to know though. Yeah.
But, it does a good enough job. It did a better job than I thought it would. But overall, I would buy one.
Okay, there you go. $2,500, eh?
Yeah, a lot of money, but it's obviously a privileged position to be in to be able to just try it.
Yep,
but
absolutely.
as I said, there's a difference between just trying something and go, yeah, it's cool, but we want to get another robot vacuum now. So I'll try another one. Maybe I'll talk to Ecovacs and see if we can try a lower end one.
Yep.
And see how we go with that. But
cool.
Yeah. Jaden's saying modem/routers are usually combined nowadays. There we go. A modem connects your home network to the internet and a router lets your devices talk to one another. Look at that. We're getting a full IT download here. Who do you think would win a sculling competition between you two? Beer Taster Brute, always coming up with the good questions.
I don't know. Can you? I can't do... You'll probably win it.
I'm not.
I'm not
it's not a thing. I'd give it a crack.
No, even if it was a thing, I'd struggle to actually get... I've tried it before. I'm just not very good at it.
We've worked out. We've decided that I'd beat you in a running race.
No, we did not.
We had this conversation on the podcast.
Yeah, and I disagreed with you last time too.
Over what?
I'm a beast, mate.
He says as he's pumping the pizza in his mouth. Don't think they do boats. What are we talking about? Boats. I missed something there. Matthew, hello from Northwest Ohio. First time I caught you guys on live. Now, I'm just wondering about the date and time. Is it Monday, July 8th? What time is it here? It's 9 p.m.
Yep.
Monday, the 8th of July here. Brian Welsh, Prime Cuts
We're living
Lawn
in
Care.
the future. I just realised.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Have you used the leaf sweeper again, Tim? That was the other video I put out this week. Actually.
Oh, yeah, you were going to give one away, weren't you? I thought I saw that video.
Still am.
Yeah, cool.
I'll probably give two away in the end. I'm going to give you can see it.
Yeah, your unit, yeah.
I'm going to give that away, but someone had a really good suggestion. We're talking about the Gardena leaf and grass sweeper.
Yep.
I've tried the leaf sweeping on it. I found it worked pretty well on the bigger leaves. If you have got really small leaves, I don't know if it's necessarily
How's it go
a thing
with
for you.
Twigs and...
Yeah, picked up, yeah. So, again, if you'd watched the long-form video, you would know this. But out there, under that gum tree where it's all dirt, lots of gum nuts and that sort of thing, twigs and all that. And I'm like, surely that's slowing potential grass growth or whatever. So I dropped it right down on its guts and, picked up a lot of that.
Cool.
Cleaned up really well, so... they're $249, I think.
You know who's going to find really good value in it?
No, you tell me, Karthik.
Us crazy cylinder mowing ones that don't have clear... So I've got a friend that cylinder mows into the Scott Warners and stuff like that, but he's got a lot of trees over his lawn as well. I know he's forever looked at solutions towards doing this stuff, and he wanted to buy at one stage the cartridge attachments that some of the cylinder mowers come with the brushes.
Yeah.
So you wanted to try and do one for us.
I think that would be a better option in that scenario, just because it's... If you can buy a cartridge...
Yeah, but $240, you're done, you're good to go.
Yeah, but then you're storing that thing, and it depends how big your yard is.
Yeah, well... Yeah.
And then, I don't know. It's not small. Like
it's a decent width.
I probably should have measured it. Like it's
a
not
decent width. Yeah.
If you've got a small yard, probably too big for you. But so it's a leaf and grass catcher. And I didn't even think about it, but someone asked me in the comments of that YouTube video, are you going to use it on one of your Free-Mo Fridays to pick up the grass? I was like, oh, that actually might be
It'd be an interesting test, but that's going to take you a long time emptying it out.
Will it?
Yeah, it will.
Depends. I feel like if it's dried out like I normally leave it, like if you try and pick up wet grass.
Does it come with like a removable catcher like Mowers too?
Yeah, that thing on the back there. It's actually a pretty big catcher as well. But I think if the grass is dry and I've left it to dry...
Would it be all right?
I don't know. I'm now keen to see how it goes. So I want to give that a try before I give mine away. And then we're also giving one away on that video. So if you haven't watched the Gardena leaf and grass
sweeper
video, go and watch that. All you got to do is comment Gardena in that video. And if you're in Australia, we'll be drawing one 7 days from the date that video came out. So that was that. Where are we at in the comments? That Gardena sweeper was awesome, says Wee. My money's on Tim if he's done a Free-Mo Friday.
Because everyone's...
Oh, he's talking about the sculling.
Yes, sculling, running. They're all your fans. That's why if I start my own podcast, they'd all go for me. Don't worry about it.
What would your own podcast be? Would it be lawn related or something outside of that?
I just wouldn't start one. You know me better than that, man. Are you serious?
You should have your dog ride on the robo vacuum. I have tried, but they jump off.
Yeah, Maggie's not going to sit on a robot vacuum.
Speaking of the dogs, Kevin. I don't know what it is, but sitting in front of that fire... Did you see the story?
Yeah, I did see that story.
He has been...
Dance for me, dance.
He's been so randy towards Maggie.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, he just licks her and then like humps the air while he's doing it.
And you think it's the fireplace doing it?
I don't know. The romance...
Warming up his old bones, yeah.
But he's never really done that. And then just every night now for like an hour and a half, he's just licking her. And
Kevin's a personality.
Yeah, he's a sicko.
Because what's the first time? Remember first time I came over to yours early days and I met Kevin and you were like really surprised that Kevin got along with me because you said Kevin's a racist. Do you remember that?
Well, he generally... Yeah. He generally...
But Kev likes me.
You can get some leaf sweepers that you can tow on your zero turn. I may investigate that for my bigger yards. I did mention in that video that I did want to get something like that for here.
For your place, yeah.
Yeah, just because there are a lot of sticks and all that sort of stuff. I have seen... who got me the trolley? The cart. What are they called? Viva.
Yeah,
Viva.
they do one?
Yeah. I think I maybe asked for that before, the trolley, but... I really like that trolley, but the wheel has not arrived yet.
Oh no!
Well, it wasn't in stock. She did say to me. So she said, "Oh, do you just want me to send you another unit?" We're talking about the cart that Viva sent out.
He's gonna run away to go get the cart. Are you? Oh no.
Still going?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just my Oh.
Was it buffering?
Yeah, I don't know. The little pull cart. It arrived. One of the tires was dead on arrival. So, but I don't want a whole nother cart and then throw the other one out.
So you're just waiting on a wheel.
Hey, can you send me a wheel? And they're like, yeah, okay. There's a wait for that though. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait. Hasn't arrived yet, but I've still been using it.
Yeah.
You can actually, it's over there, and you can see how filthy it is. I use it just about every day.
Do you pull it? Do you pull it along, or have you been towing it along? What have you been doing?
Pull it along.
Okay.
But why'd that come up? Oh yeah, so Viva do one. So I might ask them
a sweeper,
trying that, a tow behind sweeper. So I emailed John Deere as well. Apparently that's still. I was about to ask you on
the topic of tow behind. Any updates on buggies? No.
It's probably a good thing it hasn't come with how wet it has been.
Yeah, true.
That we're talking about the John Deere Gators, which we are meant to be getting a try of. Stop telling everyone about the comp. Wee wants to win it. Go and check out the Gardena Leaf and Grass Catcher video.
Leaf and Garden Sweeper. Is that what you were going to catch?
I'm tired, man. It's been. You know what? I have not stopped all day. I don't think, apart from, I told you I was waiting for you. I did this beautiful display shelf. What do you think of my chat? I don't know. Can you see it in the background chat?
He's very proud of it. I think he's done a pretty good job.
Beautiful little shelf. We've got some batteries here, some plants. We've got some greenery. We've got you probably can't see, the DeWalt. We'll talk about them in a second, the pruners. Let me know what you think of the shelf. But I've been just trying to organise this shed.
I can see your battery walls started already. All the charges have gone up.
I call it the Great Wall of Charges.
Great Wall of Lithium-ion.
Yeah. So, I've got a whole wall over there dedicated to the battery chargers.
Yep.
Which I've mounted to the wall.
Any tips for people that want to do that, safety-wise, or whether from an installation point of view and things like that?
Not really.
No?
I'm lucky enough that there's ply all the way around here. I think it's about 20 mil or something. So at my other place, all I did was I put a sheet of ply on there, and then you could just use the whole thing. Most people don't have that issue where they have 10 different brands of chargers. Yep. So it's not like if you got one or two, not so bad. Once you get to like 3 or 4, it's like it starts to become a burden, and it's like a lot of people will look at it and go, "Oh, that's cool," but there's a lot of juggling. It's like, "Oh, where's the battery for that? Oh, where's the charger for that?" So I want to get organised with all that sort of stuff. What else have I done in here today? So I hung up another couple of the trimmer
extras.
racks. We're up to, I don't know, how many are there now? Like 10 or something?
Yeah, you've got quite a few going now, haven't you?
The blowers, the backpack blowers, they hung up pretty well.
Made that little Ozito string trimmer.
Yeah.
Is that the one that comes with that little plastic blades?
Yes, yeah. I'm going to do another video on that.
Wow.
I never got to do a full
I've never seen that one in person.
Really? You'll have to have a go of it, mate.
No,
it's amazing. But I have not stopped literally all day from when I got motivated while waiting for you to turn up for the podcast, and you didn't. Wee Wee wants to know, are the plants plastic? No. Yes. That one is. The rest are... Oh, wait.
Is that not?
Wait, there's a few that are, actually. That one's not? Oh, wait. Oh, God, there's a lot of plastic plants here.
Are you sure you're the one who set this up?
I put them in.
Okay. You just grabbed anything green. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe that one's fake.
Leave him alone, BB. I think it all looks pretty.
Yeah. Jaden says, experts say. He's talking about our banner behind us, which was gifted to us from Luke Smith on the Australian Lawn and Garden podcast.
You've hidden the...
There is an asterisk down there. Yeah. It does say asterisk. Experts say Australia's #1 lawn and garden podcast with an asterisk. And the asterisk is if you don't include the Australian Lawn and Garden podcast in your rankings. I spoke to him for about half an hour this afternoon.
How's his tour
Melbourne?
going?
Yeah, he's done Adelaide. I think he's about to do Melbourne. He's here next week.
Is he going to come catch up?
Yeah. But are we going to go out to the event?
Yeah.
I think it's the 18th. I probably should.
Let me pull up my work days. Well, unless I'm working. I mean, even then I might
it's the 18th. So I plan to go out there. I'm not working. I've already checked.
18th.
I think he's going to come out and have some pizza, which will be nice. Show him around the shed. So hopefully I've got the shed looking tidy by the time he gets here. But yeah, Luke Smith's doing a travelling podcast.
Who's he doing in Sydney? Who's he got on his podcast in Sydney? That was a random question.
You don't have to make it sound like it was a sick thing. No one thought it was sick until you...
Well, my brain did.
...qualified it. I don't know, mate. He did tell me someone that was coming that I can't say because they're not 100% sure that they're coming. But I can't keep up. He's doing that much. But he did one at Adelaide Oval.
I know that one because I think it wasn't long.
The next one's tomorrow, which is in Melbourne. I'm not sure where it is. Sorry. I wish I could tell you. There's one also in the Hunter Valley coming up, I think, after Sydney. Yeah. I'm looking at his Instagram now.
Go check him out, guys, if you're up.
Sydney, here we go. It's at Blacktown International Sports Park on the 18th of July. I will most likely be there.
Is your head in there again?
He's got some pictures of people, but I can't. Yeah, there will be people there. I will be there. There will be equipment.
Mate, he's had amazing guests on so far, barring that first episode. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I got I feel like I got the raw end of the stick being the tester. The tester. First one. I went over to Perth a couple of weeks ago for that. Andy says, do you have smoke detectors in your shed? No, but I have got one to install in here. Having said that, that's actually something I thought about yesterday and did get one yesterday. That's actually
smart, yeah.
Yeah, with the amount of batteries I have in here.
Yeah.
Do you leave your battery chargers on overnight? No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't want to show off here, though, if we're talking about, leaving things on, leaving things off. I now have the lights.
Oh, here we go.
The lights in this shed on a schedule.
Sure.
So they will come on at 6:30 a.m. and they will go off at 10 p.m. At night.
And what can you do?
Alternatively, I can just switch them off. I wonder. Let me know if that looks romantic. Let me know in the chat. Does that look romantic?
Look at that.
You can still see us.
Kinda. What
you can see me a little bit
not
more.
me.
I don't know.
Not so much.
I don't know if that's got anything to do with skin tone. But
let me do that. That might be better.
But yeah, I got some Deta. I don't know what they are. Smart switches.
Yeah.
So they hook up to your Wi-Fi, and you've got the app obviously, and you can set timers, and there you go, switch the lights on.
You can see me again.
I really like it. It sounds like a bit of a novelty, but I do like that.
No, that's cool.
There we go.
It's good though.
The lights are back on. I was very proud of that, so I think it looks cool. Luke won't like your fake plants. No, he won't. He won't. But I do plan to do a bit more in the plant scene. I want to get some indoor plants. I'm going to do a greenhouse here at some point.
No, really?
Yeah.
What's your gardening skills like?
You know the answer to that.
No, genuinely. I mean, I know you weren't previously involved in it, but you just install lights and stuff. I'm sure
you can like something, and I didn't know. I had someone come and do them, Karthik. That's electrical work. You can like something and not be good at it.
I know. I like lawn care. Terrible at it.
I plan on at some point. One of the many projects. I've got so many at the moment to do. It's not funny. I got the fence done, which was the main one.
Is all the wet weather getting on your nerve yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so. My goodness, Kressness. Is that the prosumer line of Kress mowers in front? ECP 4500. Do you work for Kress or something? It's very
specific.
Well spotted. Considering you can't see the actual chassis of the mower, only the handlebars. So well spotted. We do have the Kress. I'm not sure which one it is, but it is their prosumer
range
model. Yes, they dropped off some stuff a couple of days ago. The mower, a line trimmer, and a blower, which I have been using a little bit in the garage here. I don't mind it.
Okay.
Let me grab it. I'll show you.
Go on.
What do you like in a blower?
Oh my God, are you for real?
What do you like?
As long as it does... that's good. You know what? The controls are probably a big part. Oh my God, that's funky looking.
Yeah. I like
a
responsive trigger. That's like one of my main things. So this is, it's very, I don't know, bulbousy looking.
What looks like...
How would you describe it in the chat? Let me know. Look at that shaft. It's very... but it's got an extension that you can... You know how a lot of them, the end come off? Mm-hmm. So this is... It looks very short right now, doesn't it? Obviously. But you can extend it out quite easily to a normal-ish size. But then, if you want it, I guess, I don't know, transport it or store it, it goes back down to...
They are very innovative with their design, isn't it?
So the other thing about it, which I don't know if I like or don't like at the moment, it has a turbo button.
Yeah.
Generally not a massive fan of a turbo button, but it has one. So it doesn't have... I just said I like a responsive trigger and control over that. It doesn't have that. It has a dial on the side there, which sets the speed of the trigger.
Beforehand.
Then you have turbo. So if you want to have it at... Sorry if this blows your ears away. Is that low? That's 3. So if you want to have it at, very... there you go. If you want to have it at...
Maybe turn it off before you start telling us about
That's your trigger speed, and that's like a low trigger speed plus your turbo. which the turbo's full mode all the time.
Yeah.
So you've got 1, 2, 3.
So I'm assuming you just have it on 3, and then you press the trigger, and you just have the turbo on the whole time you're using it, because that's what we all end up doing.
Well, 3's pretty powerful. So, I mean, the turbo's got quite a bit to it, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have... It's not like a variable trigger where you progressive power or whatever. It's just you control the speed of the trigger by that dial.
Okay,
so,
got it.
Again, I don't know if I like it yet or not, but I don't know. Like, hold it. Let me stand up and hold it. Let me know if
looking unit.
I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of like it. I feel like I'm liking it.
I feel like we're going to drop something
watch the beer there.
Yeah, I know.
It's only a 2 amp hour battery on it, which seems ridiculously small to me, but I've only been using it in here. Seems to be going okay. Whoa. Luke Williams says it's girthy.
It's girthy, that's
Andy says looks like an anti-tank bazooka. Yeah, it does have it's got a very aggressive look about it, hasn't it? I just noticed something on it, which I will give them props to. See, you could put a screw in the wall there and mount it on there. Yeah. And that's something that you can't do with a lot of blowers, which I've noticed when trying to store stuff.
Yeah, is that a detachable bit?
On the walls? No, I think that's just part of it.
No, it's part of it,
Yeah. It wouldn't fit in my trundle tray. It's a little bit wide for that. Or girthy, as Luke Williams is saying. Did you find the doggos a kennel? No, I didn't. I think I'm just going to get something temporarily, just cheap off Marketplace, and then I think I'm just going to build what I want. But again, time is the problem. I've got to build a bench for the Ooni now. I want to do like an L bench out there, but I want to do out of the timber again, same sort of thing.
Right.
So,
okay. Yeah.
Another project to do.
So what have you got
Probably
just sitting on a table right now or something?
It's sitting on the coffee table, so I need to kneel down to put the pizzas in. It's not ideal, but I want an L
like
bench
a
out
dedicated
there,
area for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be really nice.
100%.
So yeah, we've got that. We have a trimmer, which is a carbon fibre shaft one. Somewhat similar to the Ego one with the power load in that it's like a split drive shaft, carbon fibre, motor in the head. A little bit similar in that regard. And then the mower, which, again, I don't know a lot about it, but I will.
Doesn't look like you used the mower much.
I haven't touched it.
Yeah, it looks...
I moved it over here it only arrived the other day. The one thing I showed you before we started the podcast was... What did I show you?
The height adjuster and the mulch plug.
The height adjuster I can...
You know that's not on camera, right?
Yeah.
The angle's just off, yeah.
Well, yeah. It's got a handle where you just switch it between... it closes the chute. So it does rear discharge.
Yep.
It does rear discharge. It does side discharge, mulch and catch. But it has a lever that you can just open and close the chute, which I like. I cannot stand a mulch plug.
Yeah.
I have a cupboard in there full of the damn things.
And you can't work out which one belongs to which mower anymore either.
Well, I started carving into them. As soon as they get here, and I pull the mulch plug out, and I just get a screwdriver and I carve into it like Kress, 21 inch, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because, otherwise you're spending 10 minutes looking for the damn things. So yeah, Kress stuff on the way. They did show me their robot mower as well. One of them. They've got a few. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're a little bit different in how they operate. They have their own, I don't know what they call them, basically base stations placed around areas, and they talk to each other.
Okay.
Yeah, so they've got like a trundle wheel thing with like a GPS head or something on it, and they trace around your area where you want to mow, and then the machine's GPS thing, or RTK, or no, it's not RTK. I guess it's talking to the transmission towers, whatever they are. It works out where it is based off them, like it pings. It's
wow. Okay.
Yeah. So a little bit different to how some of the other ones are working.
What audience is this marketed to?
Prosumer.
Yeah.
So that's their homeowner
Okay.
range.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm not sure of the pricing on it, but I don't know if they have a one under prosumer. You would think so, hey, because prosumer sounds like high-end
Yeah, but
DIY.
Kress don't seem to make, their stuff generally seems to target the high end anyway, right?
Yeah, the batteries are interchangeable, interestingly enough. Not that you would be buying the commercial Kress ones for this, because the price
hang on.
would
You're
just be
saying
prohibitive.
the batteries are interchangeable, as in the commercial ones will run on or will swap into both, or the other way around as well?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is cool. Somewhat. But again, are you really going to run across that issue?
Not really, but
Like,
if it's the one platform, it's good that
Yeah, but are you going to have both bits of gear? You're not, is the answer. What else we got to talk about? One thing I did want to run past, we didn't talk about this last week. I might keep it till next week because I feel like it's near the end. But
Hey, I thought you said before you were going to talk about the DeWalt pruner.
Yeah.
Looks like it's had some work in the week.
Chuck that over here. We might have to leave. We've got a couple of things here. I will give them a mention. Garden Tools Australia sent out these awesome
Hand tools, yeah?
Yeah, which I'll go through next week. Give them some time. But I've worked out they're just made in South Windsor.
Like around the corner.
Made, yeah. So it's like 20 minutes from here.
Nice.
Not even. 15 minutes from here. And also Muff Tech,
Okay.
right behind us.
Oh, right. Okay.
Bluetooth headphones or ear defenders, whatever you want to call
Yeah.
them.
Noise
Gave them a
cancelling.
super quick go. Bluetooth works. The controls work on the side.
Noise cancelling, I assume, as well?
No.
No?
Just they're
Normal.
like earmuffs.
Yep.
So they block the sound out, obviously. So safety
Muff
thingies,
Tech.
whatever. Yeah. So I'll be giving them a go. I've also, you know what I wanted to do today? And then this morning woke up and everything was like just drenched.
Yeah.
That box there is where the Morrison chainsaw is. I think it's $178, the fragile one.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
$178 chainsaw. There's a tree out the back that is dead. Very dead. And I want to knock that over, and I was going to do that today. But then it was wet, and I also decided, I think if I'm going to be doing that sort of stuff, I'll get the proper PPE, I'll get a helmet, I'll get the chaps.
Yeah.
As much as it's like one tree, you're knocking it out. It's like, I guess if I'm doing it on camera, I should
And you got to
probably-
put the video out. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need to be setting a bad example. These are the DeWalt pruning shears. Is that meant to do that flashy thing there? Have you ever seen that when a drill does that? You know, like
I can see the light.
yeah. You know where the motor's like sparking? Is that normal?
I don't know.
Is it just because it's night time and we can see it and you can't see it during the day? Is that normal?
I don't know I don't think they know what you're doing.
I accidentally cut. You can't tell, which I'm surprised.
Yeah.
On that block clear that I did, if you do watch the full video, you might notice me do it. But I had to move a fence, like a security fence for it, which had like 3.5 mil mesh.
Okay.
And there was weed growing through it. And I was trimming around it because it had
Got it. And this thing cut through the wire, I presume,
and,
now.
yeah, I accidentally hit the wire. I'm like, and I thought there'd be a massive indent on the blade. But can you see anything there?
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
I actually cannot see a thing. I'll have to show you the footage because it just went straight through it, which I was a little bit surprised. I would not be using this thing with a 9 amp hour battery, which is what we've got because we've got the line trimmer here and everything. But like it's very unwieldy with
the big battery on it.
Yeah, feel that. Like,
it doesn't need it either, does it? Yeah.
No.
Well, did you say feel that? I picked it up and passed it to you. So
Good point. Yeah. I'll run through another couple of questions. Brush motor likely. Really? Okay. Wee Wee says it's normal. It's usually in the brushless models.
VV is like a
It is if it's a brushed motor.
very knowledgeable
that.
VV.
Yeah. Tim, the light is normal. Beautiful. I thought it was the brushless. We got brushless. Did you cut the wire fence? I thought you did. Donna saw it. Appreciate you noticing, Donna. Me cutting the wire. Yes, I did cut the wire accidentally. It was not intentional. Brushed motor will start. will spark. It's normal. Okay, I thought I had seen it previously on tools. I had an old.
But is it? It's a brushless though, isn't it?
Well, I assume it's
brushed
by the sound of it. Brushed.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway. You got anything else?
I think we've covered a bit.
We might call the audio podcast to an end. Once again, thank you for joining us Thanks for if you've listened to any of the 20
podcasts,
20 annual podcasts that we've done.
Yep.
We do appreciate you listening, watching the videos. I can't believe we've done 20.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
We will be back next week.